Hello, I'm Jim Simpson, and welcome back to NFL's Greatest Moments here on ESPN. Big smile on my face today because I'm going to talk about one of my great friends, a man that you all know, a man who was very volatile on the sidelines as a head coach in the NFL, but who has made a bigger name for himself with the public as a television commentator about football and doing amazingly funny commercials. I'm speaking, of course, of John Madden, who, to the shock of many people, quit as head coach of the Oakland Raiders while on top, and to the amazement of many other people, doesn't like to fly around that great big iron bird, would rather take a train everywhere he goes. In 1976, he took those Oakland Raiders to their first Super Bowl championship. And another half hour of today's show will be the 1980 Oakland Raiders with a different coach. Tom Flores, a former quarterback for that team. A different kind of team, but a team that went all the way through to take the championship of the Super Bowl as a wild card entry. So two different coaches, but the same team. NFL's Greatest Moments feature the Oakland Raiders. And when we come back, the 1976 team.
You want to win, you got to practice stopping Sarinsky. Murphy, you're Sarinsky. You dog me, Sarinsky.
You guys getting the hang of this?
Bring out your best.
Your best deserves the best.
Bud Light.
The less filling light beer with a first name in taste.
Sarinsky's got some moves, huh?
Monday night, Big East basketball comes your way live when St. John's takes on Pitt. The Panthers squad has some new recruits whose talents have to be tested. But Chris Mullen's crew is tried and true and deserves their top 10 ranking. Catch the Big East battle live Monday.
Coming up next, Ken Norton meets Muhammad Ali in their first super bout of '73. It's a heavyweight championship challenge. Next.
On opening day, the Pittsburgh Steelers found the Raiders long on injuries, short on excuses, primed and ready. Ken Stabler's touchdowns to Dave Casper and Fred Biletnikoff, number 25, helped earn 440 yards against the steel curtain. Still, Oakland trailed by 14 with only 5:35 remaining. Without standout veterans Art Toms, Horace Jones, Kelvin Korver, Marv Hubbard, and others, able coach John Madden's Raiders fought back courageously, defying adversity, time, and the Steelers. Dave Casper capped a brilliant drive with a 10-yard score. The aroused defense controlled Pittsburgh, forcing a punt that special team captain Warren Bankston blocked and number 47, Charlie Phillips, fielded. The great Oakland fans had learned to expect heroic rallies from their Raiders. For these wearers of the famed silver and black were veterans of pressure situations, at home with dramatic last-minute victories. Stabler bootlegged, tying the score at 28 with just 59 seconds left. Then Dave Rowe deflected a pass that linebacker Willie Hall intercepted, bringing on rookie place kicker Fred Steinfort. 1976 began with another remarkable chapter in the history of daring Raider comebacks. Raiders 31, Steelers 28. In Kansas City for a Monday night game, Raider special teams led the charge. Kicker Ray Guy, Neil Colsey, Terry Coons, Jack Tatum, Ted Kwolek, Rick Bonas, Mike Ciani, and number 61, Herb McMath, relentlessly shadowed the Chiefs. On offense, Mark Van Egan, number 30, and Pete Banasak, number 40, surged for big yardage. With overpowering protection from offensive captain Gene Upshaw and Art Shell, number 78, Stabler coolly completed 22 passes. But in the fourth quarter, Stabler was hobbled after drilling Mike Ciani with a final touchdown in a 24-21 win. Houston gets hot even indoors, but more fired up was a fierce Raider defense that burned the Oilers. giant newcomers number 72, John Matuzak, and talented rookie Charles Filliar, number 77, products of football's premier scouting operation, were overwhelming. The undefeated Oilers had not yielded a touchdown in 1976, but rookie Mike Ray, playing for Stabler, changed that with scoring passes to Cliff Branch for a 14-13 Oakland triumph. A long Raider trip to New England found the Patriots inhospitable. But one taste of defeat was all this 1976 Oakland Raider team would tolerate. In San Diego, the Chargers challenged for first place. Neil Colsey's punt returns gave Oakland favorable field position. Then Ken Stabler deftly unfolded the game plan developed by head coach John Madden and skillful offensive assistants Oliver Spencer, Tom Flores, and Lou Erber. Cliff Branch scored from 74 and 41 yards out as Oakland roared back 27-17.
We know how much you love sports. So what would it take to get you to pick up the phone and order Sports Illustrated? A free trip to the World Series? Sorry. How about a discount when you subscribe? Say 10% off, 25, 35%? How about almost 50% off the cover price? That's a savings of nearly $1 on every issue. And you'll fast break into basketball right through the NBA playoffs. Plus coverage of hockey, baseball, and football. No one captures the spirit of the game better than Sports Illustrated. So why aren't you dialing? All right. What if we also include Sports Illustrated's 1985 baseball preview issue with profiles, feature stories, and predictions for every division, every team? More? How about our famous swimsuit issue that covers one of the most exciting spectator sports under the sun? Not enough? Well, are you a baseball fan? We'll take you from spring training to the heat of the pennant races. More? Okay, we'll even give you this free 1985 baseball schedule for every major league team. So, how about a final bonus? This exclusive Sports Illustrated AM/FM sound set. It's your personal hi-fi complete with headphones. So why aren't you pressing those pretty little buttons? Oh, the phone number. It's 1-800-221-3200. 30 issues of Sports Illustrated for 3 easy monthly installments of just $9.89. That's almost half off the cover price, including the baseball preview and the swimsuit issue, plus this 1985 baseball schedule and AM/FM personal hi-fi, free with your paid subscription. So now what?
I can't see the phone number.
It's 1-800-221-3200. Call now.
In Denver, punt coverage taught by special teams coach Joe Scannella and led by Bradshaw and Phillips corralled the Broncos. Van Egan powered toward his 1,000-yard season. Then Oakland's precision passing finished a successful 5-week road trip 17-10. Then east to Chicago, where Otis Sistrunk, Dave Rowe, and Ted Hendricks chilled NFC rushing leader Walter Payton and the Bears' offense even more than did the winter weather. Despite bitter cold, the Raiders' passing stayed hot.
To the right, Stabler back, first down, he's going to pass, he's got time, throwing the bomb for Branch. Branch down on the 35, takes it in stride, the 30, 20, 10, touchdown Raiders!
Though held to under 3 yards per carry, Payton found the end zone, and the game rocked back and forth. Tough defense made big plays. A Sistrunk deflection and Hendricks' interception set up a 28-27 Raider lead.
Branch to the left, Biletnikoff to the right. Stabler back to pass again from midfield. Throwing a deep bomb, going to Branch against Livers. Livers knocks it down. Branch catches it. Touchdown Raiders! Holy Toledo!
John Madden epitomizes coaching greatness. His foresight in taking the wind in the fourth quarter helped preserve victory.
Huff waits. The snap, the spot, the kick on the way. It's high enough. No good! No good! It hit the right upright! Oh, the Oak Raiders continue to live by the veritable, the terribly cliched skins of their collective teeth.
Oakland, now 8-1, was home against Kansas City, where Ken Stabler utilized skillful Dave Casper and Fred Biletnikoff for scores, as the Silver and Black thundered toward the playoffs 21-10. In historic Philadelphia, the Raiders rang the bell on defense and offense to give Coach Madden his 80th win and capture their 9th division championship in 10 years, 26-7. Home against Tampa Bay, the Raiders rolled to victory number 11, their 6th in a row. Willie Hall came up with another big play, and the Raiders buried the Bucs. Mike Ray to Mike Ciani closed out the 49-17 display of Oakland power, prowess, and playoff promise. Then a huge TV audience learned an unforgettable lesson about these mighty Oakland Raiders. By losing, Oakland could deny Pittsburgh the playoffs. But the Raiders know only one way to play, to win. Victory is a way of life for the Silver and Black. Rick Jennings' kickoff return started it off. The rest was pride and poise, preparation and performance.
Here's Branch to the left against Riley, who's 5 yards off the line. Biletnikoff to the right against Parrish. Back to Stabler. Pumps once, goes down the middle of Casper, wide open. Touchdown Raiders!
There would be no stopping Oakland now by anyone. These combat-ready Raiders had grown stronger through challenge and adversity. Stabler and Branch flashed from 42 yards out, and the critics went silent. Interceptions by Monty Johnson, George Atkinson, number 43, and Jack Tatum, number 32, destroyed Cincinnati's offense. And then the Raiders calmly shattered Bengal playoff hopes as Stabler and Biletnikoff clinched win number 12, 35-20. Prior to the Charger game, Ken Stabler was named most inspirational Raider. This final game showcased Mike Ray, Dave Hum, Hubie Ginn, Carl Garrett, Manfred Moore, Rodrigo Barnes, Floyd Rice, Steve Sylvester, Henry Lawrence, Dan Medlin, Morris Bradshaw, and others, as Oakland triumphed 24-0, finishing 13-1, best in football. The Raiders had proved again that commitment to excellence is no idle phrase to dedicated people like Al Davis, courageous general partner Ed McGaw, players, coaches, scouts, trainers, equipment men, front office personnel, the entire organization. Together, these gallant Raiders and their magnificent fans were now bound for glory.
Investor, here's an important telephone number from Charles Schwab and an important message.
I work hard for my money, and I want my money's worth when I buy or sell stocks. That's why I use Charles Schwab, the #1 discount broker. I make my own investment decisions, so I like Schwab's policy of no sales pressure, no advice, and no passing judgment on my buy or sell decisions. I like saving up to 76% on commissions compared to what full commission brokers charge. And I like getting services you wouldn't expect from a discount broker. Fast, accurate transactions, clear monthly statements. I'd say I get more than my money's worth with Charles Schwab.
I'm Charles Schwab. You'll like our low commissions, our convenience, and our quality service. That's a promise.
For a free booklet telling what Schwab Discount Brokerage can do for you, call 800-372-3000 toll-free. That's 800-372-3000. Charles Schwab, a Bank America company. Member SIPC.
Against the Patriots in the AFC playoff, Stabler received solid protection from Dave Dalby, John Vella, and George Beeler as Oakland marched for an early field goal. The Raider defense alertly matched razzle-dazzle with readiness and reaction. Trailing 7-3, Oakland forged ahead on this catch by master craftsman Fred Biletnikoff. But the Patriots regained the lead 21-10 late in the third quarter. The valiant Raiders stormed goalward in classic drives. First, Van Egan scored, but Oakland still trailed by 4. Now only 4 minutes left, 68 yards to go. Now every Raider dug deep for the something extra that marks champions. As the Raider receiver was clobbered even farther downfield, New England was caught belting Stabler in the head. The Raiders relentlessly closed in as the game drew to a dramatic finish.
It is second down. Stabler rolling to the left. He's going to go. Woo! Runs it in. Kenny Stabler, but a flag down. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Touchdown indication, flag down. No final decision yet. Here's the signal coming. Offside New England, decline Oakland. Touchdown Oakland.
Next, the AFC Championship.
At wide receiver from the University of Colorado, number 21, Cliff Branch.
Against Pittsburgh, Ray Guy was fearlessly protected. The Steeler punter was not, and Ubi Ginn's partial block set up a Raider field goal. Then the defense rose up tall.
Stallworth to the left, out to the right is Swan. Split backs. Back goes Bradshaw. Has got time to throw. A lot of time. He fires one that Fuqua can't hold. It is intercepted by Hall. Hall is up from the 25 to the 20 to the 10. He's being run out of bounds on the 3-yard line.
Behind devastating blocking, Clarence Davis put the determined Raiders ahead 10-0. The Oakland defense played with controlled fury, growing stronger, tougher. Every play was a challenge to be met and conquered. Raider execution and emotion were at a level Pittsburgh found unstoppable.
Stabler play fakes, drops back. Here comes the rush. He gets rid of it to Bankston. Touchdown Raiders!
With Pittsburgh's league-leading defense on the ropes, Coach Madden went for the clincher, ensuring the Raiders' Super Bowl date with destiny.
And Warren banks inside. Here's the play fake. Stabler back. Here comes a blitz by him, but he throws. Touchdown, Raiders!
Yeah! Way to go! Great call, John! Got him down now. Don't let off.
The Raiders never faltered. Number 43, George Atkinson, the NFL's smallest strong safety, played with giant skills and intensity. The Raiders danced deservedly, casting a silver and black shadow across Steeler hopes. No team could deny these Raiders their place in the sun.
The Super Bowl really exists for the Oakland Raiders. All along, they've been thinking it was somebody's crazy illusion. 10 seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. The field is being engulfed by humanity. Time is run out. The Oakland Raiders have made it to the Super Bowl.
Thank you for your order, and be sure to look for your free gift. Would you like to receive a free gift, too, and save money at the same time? I'll be right back to show you how.
The Old West. Not much left anymore. Just a few crumbling buildings, dusty mementos, and legends. Lots of legends, though not all of them square with the facts. That's why Time Life Books got on the trail of the Old West. Good thing, too. They rescued photographs you didn't know existed. Put it all down while you could still get the straight story about people.
Like these two sons of a Baptist minister. They staged the first daylight bank robbery in U.S. history. Frank and Jesse James. Here's Clay Allison. Called himself a shootist. Hair-triggered Bat Masterson, who wound up a New York sports writer. And what kind of lady was wanted for horse stealing and bootlegging? That was no lady. That was Belle Starr. John Wesley Harden. Before the Texas Rangers caught up with him, he shot 44 men. One of them just for snoring too loud.
And that's in your first book alone, The Gunfighters. A big, handsome volume with a look and feel of hand-tool leather.
Take 10 days to look it over. No obligation. Return it, and you can forget the Old West. Or keep it, and about every other month, you'll get another volume for the same free once-over. The Great Chiefs, the Gamblers, the 49ers. Keep those you won't. Cancel any time.
The Old West. You still find it in Time Life Books.
Hi, I'm Kathy at Time Life Books. If you call now, you'll get the Gunfighters for just $4.95 plus shipping and handling. That's $8 off the regular price. Plus, you'll receive this Western belt buckle free when you purchase your first book. Call 1-800-453-6600. That's 1-800-453-6600. This offer ends soon, so call now.
Super Bowl 11, the Oakland Raiders versus the Minnesota Vikings. From the outset for the Oakland Raiders, professional sports outstanding organization, there was never a question about the Super Bowl. This game, this season, this league, this decade belonged to the silver and black. Raider might was undeniable early, but Minnesota got life, blocking a punt deep in Oakland territory. But no panic, no break in Raider concentration and intensity. Just stop them now, get the ball back.
Kraken gives to McClanahan. Stonewall. There's a scramble. There may have been a fumble. Oakland recovers. Holy Toledo.
Then 125 million people saw Clarence Davis follow guard George Beeler left. Behind the blocking artistry of Casper, Shell, Upshaw, Dalby, and Vela, Davis was en route to a 137-yard rushing day. The Raiders drew first blood after Dave Casper's catch was ruled out on an Earl Mann field goal. Next, Oakland boldly drove 64 yards to gain a 10-0 lead. Number 31, Carl Garrett, contributed key yardage. Fred Biletnikoff took the Raiders to the 1.
Bankston on the right side as a wingback. Stabler back to pass. A quick throw into the end zone. Casper, touchdown Raiders! Yasha Heifetz never played a violin with more dexterity than Kenny Stabler is playing the Minnesota Viking defense this afternoon in the Rose Bowl Stadium at Pasadena.
The worldwide audience now realized that time alone stood between these Raiders and complete domination of Super Bowl 11. From the 1, Pete Banaszak punched it over. Meticulous design coupled with devastating blocking by backs and line alike powered the Raiders down the glory road. In the third quarter, Oakland moved farther ahead, 19-0, with an Earlman 40-yard field goal. Magnificent special teams, offense and defense. An electrifying, intimidating force in silver and black that now stands as history's best. In the words of syndicated columnist Jim Murray, these Raiders play football like commandos, jumping through skylights with machine guns blazing. Willie Hall intercepted on the Oakland 30. Just 4 plays and the turnover equaled touchdown. The long gainer coming from Stabler to Biletnikoff. Pete Banaszak scored again as the Raider assault rolled on relentlessly. Then defensive captain Willie Brown finished the scoring avalanche, 32-14.
And he looks and throws. Intercepted by the Oakland Raiders. Willie Brown at the 30, 40, 50. He's going all the way. Old man Willie. Touchdown Raiders.
We're number one. That's it. We're number one.
John Madden's grin is from ear to ear. He looks like a slit watermelon.
Together with their loyal fans, the Oakland Raiders, number 1 for so many years, now stand alone as the world champions of professional football. A crowning glory.
John Madden, truly a fine football coach. 2 years later, he retired from the game, as I said, to the shock of everyone, because John Madden found out one thing. His face was his fortune. He became a television commentator and a featured man on funny commercials around the country. But John Madden, I'll always remember you as a fine football coach in the NFL. When we come back, more of the NFL's greatest moments featuring the Oakland Raiders, but this time with a different coach, the very low-key Tom Flores.
Tuesday, Steeler Glory Years relive the Bradshaw to Swan connection. It's Super Bowl 14, and the curtain rings down on the Rams. Live Big East basketball's next. Boston College battles Villanova, and hot-handed Wildcat Ed Pickney in a key conference matchup. Then there's danger ahead on the slopes of the Italian Alps. Daring women downhillers test their nerve in a World Cup skiing showdown. ESPN paints the total sports picture Tuesday.
A lot of us consider ourselves trivia experts on the National Football League. Name a year, name a player, name a team, and we'll give you all kinds of facts and figures. But if I ask you this question, who was the coach of the Oakland Raiders back in the early 1960s, starting in about 1962, who would you answer? Well, the answer is the owner, Al Davis. That's right, and then he was succeeded by John Rouse. Remember him? and then he was succeeded by John Madden, and then he was succeeded by the man whom we're about to see, Tom Flores, the former quarterback who took the team through the 1980 season and on into the Super Bowl as a wild card. So great moments to the NFL. The Oakland Raiders are on tap. The year is 1980.
The third challenging decade for pro football's winningest team opened in Kansas City, where brilliant head coach Tom Flores provided drive and direction. Bold trades and drafting paid off as 6 new starters contributed immediately. Bob Nelson, number 51, and rookie Matt Millen, number 55, along with former Jet Burgess Owens, number 44, played tough defense, while number 33, Kenny King, supplied offensive speed. Strong-arm Dan Pastorini, like King, a former Houston Oiler, found a top target in ex-Buffalo star Bob Chandler, as Oakland Raiders, new and old, mastered the Chiefs in Game 1. Game 2 showcased premier punter Ray Guy and special teams hitters like Jeff Barnes, Morris Bradshaw, Otis McKinney, and Captain Todd Christiansen. Alert Raider defenders picked off 5 San Diego passes, and explosive pass rushers Cedric Hardman, number 86, and Willie Jones, number 90, put points on the board. The offense was spurred by talented second-year pro Kenny King, Pro Bowl bound in just his first year in silver and black. Dan Pastorini found a lethal partner in the incomparable Cliff Branch. And when Pastorini was shaken up, number 16, Jim Plunkett, tied the game with a last-second touchdown to fearless Raymond Chester. But the Chargers hung on to deal the Raiders their first ever overtime loss. After 2 on the road, the Raiders opened at home against the Redskins, and Pastorini established air superiority with 2 scoring passes, one to number 87, Dave Casper. The silver and black controlled the action with 230 yards rushing, while tenacious team defense shut Washington down and recorded 5 sacks, including 3 by the dominating John Matuzak in a 24-21 Raider victory. Tom Flores and superior offensive assistants Sam Bogosian, Steve Ortmeyer, Bob Mishak, Lou Erber, and Ray Wilsey faced problems after 2 more losses. Dan Pastorini was sidelined with a broken leg, and field leadership passed to Jim Plunkett as the Raiders, now 2-3, face the first-place Chargers in Week 6. Number 30, Mark Van Egan, and speedster Cliff Branch, veterans of Raider teams judged among history's best, joined in a scoring avalanche. And number 6, gifted number 1 draft choice Mark Wilson, recorded his first completion. But the biggest play was a record run as described by KGO, Raider Radio's Bill King.
So Plunkett will try to get him rolling from the 11. Hand off to King, outside left tackle into the secondary, takes off the 15, the 20, it's a quick race to the 30. Here comes Shaw, 40, 50, Shaw gets a piece of it, misses at the 30, to the 20, to the 10, touchdown Raiders! Holy Toledo!
The 89-yard run, longest in Raider history, pressured the Chargers, as did 3 sacks by Willie Jones, and a defense playing with controlled fury led by Millen, Browning, Matuzak, and Ted Hendricks, number 83. The Raiders, continually defying great odds to become pro football's winningest team, thundered toward a record 16th consecutive winning season. From Pittsburgh, a nationwide Monday night audience saw the fierce Raiders rack up 5 more sacks against the defending world champion Steelers, while Willie Jones and Rod Martin, number 53, turned relentless defense into Oakland points. The powerful front line gave Plunkett time to put the bomb back in the Raider attack as he went deep to Bradshaw, Chandler, and Branch, and pro football's most feared and respected organization stunned Pittsburgh 45-34. Innovative defensive coaches Earl Leggett, Willie Brown, Chet Franklin, and Charlie Sumner masterminded defenses for Seattle, which yielded 2 Lester Hayes interceptions, plus 6 sacks by an ominous, intimidating force in black. Jim Plunkett personified Raider precision passing with 3 scoring throws to Bob Chandler as Oakland destroyed the Seahawks. In Game 9, the Raiders dominated the Miami Dolphins as crafty veterans Raymond Chester and Bob Chandler scored the touchdowns. Then a hostile defense took charge as linebackers Rod Martin, Ted Hendricks, and Randy McClanahan attacked, and cornerback Lester Hayes, number 37, picked off passes. Though one of Hayes' interceptions in this game was called back, he led the entire NFL in a secondary that topped the league in interception.
Every week, one publication, only one, shows you hundreds of the best jobs open all across the country. From every regional edition of the Wall Street Journal, jobs in every field, in top companies at $25,000 a year, up to $250,000. This is the one, the National Business Employment Weekly. Every week, one publication, only one. Also gives you authoritative articles that can help you land those jobs. Expert articles on effective resume writing, what to expect at interviews, current salary levels, new career opportunities. This is the one, the National Business Employment Weekly. If you want to find out about a great job that's open right now, if you want help in landing it right now, this is the one, the only one.
Ask for the National Business Employment Weekly at your newsstand, or if you prefer, you can have the next 8 issues sent by first-class mail for $32. Just call toll-free 800-372-3000. That's 8 weekly issues, $32. Call 800-372-3000 now.
Week 11 found the Raiders in Seattle, where Arthur Whittington found a less direct route to the end zone. Crucial to this game were aggressive special teams, including Rich Martini, Keith Moody, and number 56, Jeff Barnes. Inspirational performers like Dwayne Osteen, Joe Campbell, and perennial Pro Bowl selection Ray Guy confounded Seattle, while fiery Lester Hayes and Ted Hendricks forced a fourth-quarter safety. Talented tight end Derek Ramsey fought Goldwood, and blockers like Derek Jensen and Bruce Davis fought off the Seahawks, while Chris Barr kicked a last-minute winning field goal. Losing in Philadelphia set up Week 13's Monday night test as Reggie Kinlaw and the battle-hardened defense limited Denver to just 3 points. Superb plays such as an Ira Matthews punt return, interceptions by Osteen, Owens, and Hayes, and Plunkett scoring run helped the Raiders conquer Denver to earn an all-time pro record 16th consecutive winning season and maintain their incredible Monday night record. Also symbolic of excellence, the Gorman Award was presented to Ted Hendricks as the player who best exemplified the pride, poise, and spirit of the Raiders. A loss to Dallas made remaining games must-wins as the Raiders drove for their 11th playoff season since 1967. In Denver, field goal trickery was anticipated perfectly by skillful Burgess Owens, who gave Oakland 6 early points. Then Bob Chandler continued his wizardry with 2 more touchdowns as the Raiders prevailed 24-21. Another must-win in frigid Giant Stadium, where these Raiders, downgraded and criticized by skeptics early on, proved again that second effort is first nature for wearers of the famed silver and black. Turnovers became triumph, 33-17, as the Raiders scored in their 214th consecutive game, clinching a wild card playoff berth. The final touchdown came as an onside kick was alertly turned into 6 points by Derek Jensen. Since 1963, when Al Davis pledged to build the greatest organization in sports, Raider commitment to excellence has earned 9 division championships, an AFL championship, 2 AFC championships, and 2 world championships. Total domination of professional football in terms of consistent victory. Unyielding will to win had earned the underdog Raiders their place in the sun. All were ready for the playoffs, from trainers George Anderson and Rod Martin to Captain Gene Upshaw.
It all starts this week, one game, and one game. All you got to do is win. You lose, you go home.
We're going to the Super Bowl in 1980.
To achieve Super Bowl glory required beating 3 of the best, starting with the Houston Oilers and football's top rusher, Earl Campbell. With Campbell checked, defenders zeroed in on quarterback Ken Stabler. When Ted Hendricks was not snuffing the snake himself, he was springing teammate Mike Davis, who had 2 of Oakland's 7 sacks in an awesome display of control and confidence, design and execution. The Raiders unleashed their feared 5-man passing game as Mark Van Egan picked up a blitz and Jim Plunkett hit halfback Kenny King deep to set up a touchdown by Todd Christensen, one of 10 second-year pros on the Raiders squad. In the final quarter, Plunkett, behind Dolby, Upshaw, Artshell and company, isolated halfback Arthur Whittington on a linebacker, and Houston Hopes tumbled. The crushing blow was administered by the defense, which draped Stabler in silver and black, while Lester Hayes went up for 1, then took off for 6. Over 3 decades, the names have changed, but Raider commitment to excellence has grown stronger, and Coach Tom Flores has continued to add to these years of greatness.
The weather, it is brutal beyond belief. The wind chill factor at this moment here on the lakefront in Cleveland is minus 36. It's treacherous going, but as they say, both teams have to face the same conditions.
Surprisingly for the experts, it was the Raiders who calmly ignored the elements in the playoff against the Browns. Quarterback Brian Sipe was cooled by defensive captain Ted Hendricks, Dave Browning, number 73, and the mind and muscle of Raider defense. Wind, cold, and ice were challenges prepared for by equipment manager Dick Romanski. And for Plunkett, Chester, Branch, Chandler, King, Van Egan, and the big line of Shell, Upshaw, Dalby, Marvin, and Lawrence, it was time to again prove that under those battle-scarred silver and black helmets were warriors whose deeds would add to the great traditions of the Oakland Raiders. Speed, drive, and contact courage by Kenny King gave the Raiders prime position, which Art Shell, Gene Upshaw, Dave Dalby, and the troops used to propel Mark Van Egan into the end zone for a go-ahead fourth quarter score. But in the final seconds, jubilation became concern. A scouting operation, Newsweek magazine, labeled one part fanaticism, one part CIA, and one part genius, had produced tough safety Mike Davis, who made the big play. As this organization, built with the support of respected general partner Ed McGarr, steadfast limited partners, executives Al Locasal and Ron Wolf, doctors Don Fink and Bob Rosenfeld, and a superb staff, would not be denied. And so these remarkable Raiders, picked for last in the West, roared into hostile San Diego for the AFC Championship game. In a classic contest, the Raiders struck first when a deflected pass was alertly turned into a 65-yard touchdown by Raymond Chester, number 88. Following a meticulously prepared game plan, Jim Plunkett rolled right and hit Cliff Branch to set up another score. Silver and black precision passing produced a third touchdown on a picture-perfect strike to a wide-open Kenny King. The offensive line and Derek Jensen blasted a runway for Mark Van Egan as the Raiders scored touchdown number 4. Ted Hendricks, Willie Jones, John Matuzak, Dave Browning, Cedric Hardman, Reggie Kinlaw, Joe Campbell and company attacked San Diego relentlessly, creating interception opportunities for daring pass defenders like Burgess Owens, number 44, Lester Hayes, number 37, and combative Dwayne Osteen, number 35. Intense man-to-man coverage by Monty Jackson, number 42, and Otis McKinney, number 23, helped forge a silver and black shield against a celebrated passing attack. The final quarter featured the field goal accuracy of Chris Barr and a decision to pound out the game's final minutes by giving the ball to pressure-proof, all-time rushing leader Mark Van Egan, number 30.
It is all over. The jubilation begins. The Raiders are bound for the Super Bowl for the third time, climaxing one of the great stories in football in recent years, the total resurgence of the silver and black. New Orleans, here come the Raiders.
In a few moments, you're going to hear about a special offer that could mean money to you. And then I'll be back to tell you more about it, so stay right where you are.
If there's one thing everyone needs in life, it's money.
This year is going to be different come April 15th. Money Magazine's given us some new tips on deductions that even our tax guy didn't know about.
It was worth subscribing for that alone.
That's what Money Magazine is all about. making the most of your personal finances.
I have to stay on top of my business, but managing my own money is just as important. That's why I get money. It's told me all about KEOs, mutual funds. I've even started investing in stock options. You know, I've never read an issue that didn't have something in it for me.
Money covers everything from investing IRAs and cutting your taxes to making money in real estate.
Everybody has a different dream, but whatever it is, money can help you afford it. Whether you're fixing up or selling an old house or
finding a mortgage for a new one.
That's why today, more than ever, you need money. Whether you're saving, building financial security, or investing in a hot stock, call now 1-800-221-3200. You'll get 9 issues for 4 easy installments of just $5.62. We'll even send you Money's financial advisor free. A 3-volume portfolio on tax savings, profitable investments, and a worry-free retirement. Plus, each year, Money includes special reports on taxes, mutual funds, and the best investments for the year. So call 1-800-221-3200 now.
Even though it's called money, it's really about people.
Hi, I'm Kathy, an operator here at Money Magazine. If you call now, you'll get Money's 3-volume financial advisor, absolutely free. Plus, each year, Money includes special reports on taxes, mutual funds, and the best investments for the year. This offer ends soon, so call right now.
Coming up next, Ken Norton meets Muhammad Ali in their first super bout of 73. It's a heavyweight championship challenge next.
The Super Bowl, football's shining hour, earned by the class and courage, the sweat and blood of proud giants. Tackle, Henry Lawrence. Guard, Mickey Martin. Center, Dave Dalby. Guard, Gene Upshaw. And tackle, Art Shell. And skilled, fearless receivers like Bob Chandler, Raymond Chester, and Cliff Branch. Gifted runners like Mark Van Egan and Kenny King, and a resourceful field general like Jim Plunkett. These AFC champions in silver and black were an aggressive, intimidating force against the favorite Philadelphia Eagles, creating 4 turnovers, committing none. Rod Martin's early interception foretold Raider domination to over 100 million viewers. From all angles, the varied Raider offense attacked and pressured, as Jim Plunkett and Cliff Branch quickly provided the game's first touchdown, followed just minutes later by a second.
Branch to the left against Edwards. Chandler to the right. Plunkett on a straight drop back. Here comes the rush. Steps up. Can't find anybody yet. Takes off running to the left. Rolls on the move. And it's caught by King at the 40. King takes over the 50. He'll go all the way. Nobody knows. To the 20. To the 10. To the 5. Touchdown Raiders.
Kenny King's record 80-yard touchdown was the first half offensive gem, while rugged Bob Nelson, Matt Millen, Reggie Kinlaw, and Dave Pear anchored an interior defense that grounded the Eagles, and then denied a seemingly sure field goal as the Raiders led convincingly at the half, before blowing Super Bowl 15 wide open at the start of the third quarter.
Branch to the left, Chandler to the right. Play fake, Plunkett back, sets up deep with time. Looking, going deep to Chandler and a crossing turn, makes the catch at the 40. Out of bounds on the 30. Back is Plunkett. Time to throw. Deep to the end zone to Branch. It is caught by Branch. Touchdown Raiders. Cliff Branch's second touchdown catch of the day. Holy Toledo.
The world had learned what the Raider organization already knew. This game, this season, this league belonged to the Oakland Raiders. Rod Martin added his record-breaking second and third interceptions as these unconquerable Raiders won still another world championship of professional football, a crowning glory to 3 decades of destiny.
Crescendo of Raider fans beginning to rise. 7, 6, 5. Silver and black football is king of the hill in the National Football League. The Oakland Raiders are the champions of Super Bowl 15. Oakland 27, Philadelphia 10.
We were the best team. We deserve to be world champions. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of
You know, when you look back at the years of glory of the Oakland Raiders, but this was our finest hour. This was the finest hour in the history of the Oakland Raiders. To Tom Flores, the coaches, and the great athletes, you were magnificent out there today. You really were.
Give me a light. Bud Light.
If you just ask for a light beer, you never know what you'll get.
Give me a light. Bud Light. Hold this, will you?
So if you want the less filling light beer with the first name and taste, don't just ask for a light beer.
Give me a light.
Ask them to bring out their best.
Bud Light!
Bud Light, because everything else is just a light.
Strike.
Monday night, Big East basketball comes your way live when St. John's takes on Pitt. The Panthers squad has some new recruits whose talents have to be tested. But Chris Mullen's crew is tried and true and deserves their top 10 ranking. Catch the Big East battle live Monday.
The Oakland Raiders have given us many of the NFL's greatest moments. But I'd like to repeat a story that has been said many times, but I'll never forget it. What a comeback during the 1980 season and during that Super Bowl for Jim Plunkett. Here was a man from Northern California, the area, given up on by other teams in the National Football League, picked up by the Oakland Raiders, and he brought them back. Not only brought them back under the tutelage of Tom Flores, but brought them back all the way. Yes, the Raiders gave us many of the NFL's greatest moments. But Jim Plunkett, you were something special. I'm Jim Simpson. Join us again later here on ESPN for NFL's greatest moments.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the ESPN Sports Center.